So about a year ago I made a video called I'm straight but am I totally straight? And to be honest with you, it was a video where I didn't actually know what the answer was going to be until the end of the video. It was me talking to myself about my own sexuality. And it's because I saw a video about heteroflexibility, which is a identity for people who are predominantly heterosexual, predominantly straight, but potentially are are open to gay experiences. Now, without trying to repeat the entire video, which I shall link in the card just up there, basically I got to the end of it and I decided that I wasn't going to give myself this label of heteroflexible. Mostly because even though I put myself as a 1 on the Kinsey scale, I don't really have any homo or bi romantic feelings. It's very much heteroromantic for me. And also, as it stands at least, I don't feel like I would want to go into kind of any kind of sexual, even casual sexual relationship with somebody of the same gender as me. So for me, that makes me straight, and it's my opinion that counts, so it makes sense. But that doesn't mean that being heteroflexible is a identity which is invalid. It's a completely valid identity. I've previously talked about bi-erasure and how that manifests itself not just with straight people thinking that either people are gay or straight, but also gay people thinking other people are either gay or straight. And heteroflexibility is effectively a bit on that bi spectrum. But of course there isn't just one way of being bisexual or even pansexual. You absolutely can fancy one gender more than the other. You may be incidentally homosexual and predominantly heterosexual, or predominantly homosexual and incidentally heterosexual. Absolutely valid. But as somebody who identifies as straight and therefore not part of the LGBTQ+ community, I see myself as, am I talking for people in this situation, or am I talking with them? Am I just kind of raising awareness of this issue? Because I do think it's important that LGBTQ+ people have their own space to talk and not just be me talking for them. But you could also argue that if straight people who define themselves as straight, never talk about this, then it becomes very much a they and us situation. And even in the LGBTQ+ community, there is not a full acceptance of pan and bisexual sexualities. You know what? Perhaps I need to come up with my own label. Heteroflexible doesn't really do it for me. Straight is, I fit into straight, I define as straight, but perhaps isn't completely where I'm at. So hey, why not have a new label? I mean, there's plenty of them already there. Kind of LGBTQ+ light, perhaps. I mean, I'm giving myself the, oh no, that's terrible. It's terrible. Somebody who's not completely straight, but otherwise wouldn't put themselves in the LGBTQ+ spectrum. I don't know. The good news, as far as I'm concerned, that I don't actually struggle with my sexuality, and I'm very comfortable with where I am. And the reason why I would call myself straight, apart from it being the most recognised label, is it just being something which is easy to say. Trying to explain that I might have fantasies about one thing or another, but that doesn't really translate into real life. I don't know. Is that a sexuality? Is it just something else? But also it doesn't really come up in conversation, so I suppose we're good. I don't fully know where I'm going with this, but if you perhaps have the same kind of feelings, so you think that you are straight and you would call yourself straight, but you have feelings that this may not be completely who you are, that's a completely valid thing. There's no reason why you shouldn't have these feelings, and you might want to give yourself a heteroflexible label, but you don't have to. There's no requirement to give yourself any label at all, but I suppose it's kind of useful when people ask who you're into. What is important though is that you give yourself a label that you're comfortable with, if you want to give yourself a label at all, and that may change over time. There's no hard and fast river that you are going down. You can take any route you like, as long as it is true to yourself and that you are comfortable with it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up just down below. Subscribe because I make videos every single week, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.